What is up, YouTube? So today I'm coming at you all with a video on a few things that I wish I would have known before law school, or things that I wish I would have known or taken more seriously during 1 L year, and I hope these things are helpful for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first things first is to go to office hours. A lot of people say that those who go to office hours perform better. I don't know if this is true because I haven't gotten my grades back for spring semester, so I can't tell you if they do or not, or how impactful it is, because I definitely went to office hours more second semester than first semester, so I'm curious to see how it may have improved my GPA. I don't know, we'll see. But I do feel like I understood the material more by going to office hours, so I totally recommend it. And some of you may be like, well, what if I don't have any questions? And that's a very valid question. Just go, because sometimes I would go to my professor's office hours and there would be other students and I said, oh, I just want to come in and listen. And then sometimes by listening I figured out, oh my gosh, I do have questions. So just go to office hours, see how it can potentially clarify areas of confusion for you. The second thing is to get supplements early. So often your professors will recommend supplements. Some people call them horn books, like examples and explanations, Quimby. I liked Quimby, but I also liked West Academic, specifically case summaries. I found those to be more helpful sometimes, specifically for common law. But be careful, don't rely on these things. What I like to do is formulate my own rule and then go back to either Quimby or then go back to case summaries and say, did I get this right, or where do I need to fill in the gaps? And then sometimes what I started doing in the beginning of my 1L journey is actually watching Quimby videos before reading, and that helped me a lot with understanding. So watch a Quimby video first, read, and then I know this sounds like a lot of steps, but watch the Quimby video first to get a general idea of what the case is, what the rules are as Quimby says. Read, brief, and then if you have time to go to case summaries and see if that lines up with what you had, just so you can kind of compile all your resources and come to the best conclusion on what everything is and what the basic holding and rule of the cases are, because these are the things that you're going to have to apply on your final exam and things that you should add in your outline when it's time to start outlining. Which leads me to my third point. Speaking of outlining, start outlining early. I have a friend, he outlines 4 weeks into the semester. Sorry about this little sense, but he starts outlining 4 weeks into the semester. It's really up to you. I brief all my notes, so I feel like I don't necessarily have to start outlining that early. But what I will say is I like to start at least a month early studying and reviewing my notes for finals. So if finals start in December, the first week of December, I would start studying the last week of October or the first week of November. I didn't do that first semester, but the second semester exams were in April. I started studying in towards the end of February, so going into March, and just started outlining, started taking things from my briefs and putting them in my outline, started memorizing, started my Quizlets for courses that were closed book. That's what I would recommend. For me, it made me a lot less stressed going into exams, because the first semester I felt like I was very stressed because I didn't prepare properly. I started outlining right before finals, going into that reading period. Don't do that. I mean, I did fine, I did well, but I feel like I could have done even better if I did what I did this second semester. So yeah, start studying early. I'm gonna link a video. There's a lawyer on here that actually recommended that, because I was like, this second semester I'm playing no games, okay? I'm playing no games. And she was like, start studying a month early and you'll feel prepared for your exam. So that's what I did, and I felt way more prepared. So start studying a month early. Heed my warning, please. Even for courses that are open book, please start studying early. And the fourth tip is to get ahead on your legal writing assignments, because those things will bite you in the butt if you let them, if they crawl up on you, because they will creep up on you when you have those readings due and you have those legal writing assignments due. trust me and believe me, they will. So work on them gradually over time. As soon as you get the material, start reading them, because sometimes the packets will be 50 pages. Like if you get a closed research assignment, the professor will give you the materials that you need to use for your brief, right? Start reading them as soon as you get them, and start notating what you might be able to use in your brief, so that when it comes time as you're working up, because normally I think it's like we get 2 to 3 weeks to work on it. So that first week, just prep. Second week, start writing. Third week, you're just finalizing, because if you do it like that, it won't feel so stressful when it's time to turn it in, and you probably will end up turning it in early when that first draft is due. So when you turn in that draft, if it's done and you just need to revise, if it's done and basically revised, all you need to do when it's time to take it to your professor is like, okay, professor, this is done. I want you to look at what you can look at, edit what you can edit, and then that way I'm going to make those revisions and I can turn that thing in early, and you can just coast for the rest of the week and worry about your readings. Because I know what happened for me is sometimes I would, when it came time for the writing to be due, I was having to write during the week and then starting to get behind on my readings. Don't do that. And a lot of people will be like, just Quimby stuff, but no, because I feel like a lot of my professors wanted more than what was just on Quimby. So yeah, get ahead on them writing assignments, okay? Because they're gonna come for you. They're gonna come for them edges, so you better be ready, okay? But yeah, get ahead on your writing assignments. And then I think I'm on number 5 or 6. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm on number 5. Plan out your days, okay? If you're a morning person, plan to study in the morning, because I know for me personally, after like 6-7 p.m. I'm done. I'm out. I'm ready to turn on Netflix and I'm done. I can't study anymore. But I know that I'm very productive in the morning, like 5-6 I can be productive. So I started studying a little bit before school and a little bit after school, because I just knew I couldn't do all my homework after school, and that's what really helped me second semester. And I know for a lot of you it's going to be trial and error, but I hope that this video will help you as much as it can, because these are just things that I've learned from 2Ls and 3Ls, and I wish I would have implemented. And then now, as I implemented it in the second semester, I felt like it really helped me. So if you're a night owl, do your homework at night. Like, don't try to reinvent the wheel. And I know it's probably like, I have an 8 a.m. class, how I'm going to do that. I have a friend who is a night owl, and she does her work at between 8 and 12 and midnight. And granted, we had classes at 8:30 the next morning, but she still felt like she was more productive that way. So she worked from 8 to 12 and then got up at 7. So she still has 7 hours of sleep. But, you know, just find a routine that works for you and account for every minute of the day. So let's say me personally, I'm waking up at 5. I like to pray. I'm praying from 5 to 5:45, from 5:45 to 6:15. Now these aren't exact, but this is just an idea. From 5:45 to 6:15, I'm getting ready, and then at 6:15 I'm starting to study. So from 6:15 to like 7:30 I'm studying, and then I normally do intermittent fasting, so that's why I may not eat breakfast every day. And then my friend comes to get me at 8. So that would be what my studying routine looked like in the morning. So about an hour and a half, 6:15 to, or an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes to study before going to class, and then study during, I know some people, this sounds a little nerdy, but sometimes during lunch I would study, and that's because I knew that when I got home I wanted to relax. So take advantage of your in-school time too. I'm going to start speeding it up because I'm getting to 10 minutes, but 6, I'm going to start talking, 6 is to take advantage of courses that are offered in your college that could potentially prepare you for law school. I went to Howard University and they had a technical writing course for pre-law students. I wish I would have taken that, because a lot of my peers who took it said that it helped them prepare for legal writing. So if that opportunity or a similar opportunity is afforded to you, take advantage of it, please. I feel like it will allow you to be better suited and better prepared for legal writing, because legal writing is kind of formulaic and it's very specific. So just try to find ways that you can best position yourself to do well. And then I'm just going to start shifting to career stuff. My biggest advice is network. Something that you can actually do on Zoom, I think, not Zoom, sorry, what is that site? LinkedIn, sorry. LinkedIn. When you go on LinkedIn, you can go on your college's page, and I believe it's like people or something like that, and you can look up companies that they work for, or places that they work for. So you can type in like Skadden or Kravitz or Latham and Watkins and see what alumni works there. And then you can message them and say, hey, I noticed you work in XYZ. I'd love to hear more about your career journey. How do you balance working in mass sports with your community involvement? Or let's say that you see that they're interested in a very niche area of the law, like environmental waste or something. You can message them about that and say, I have an interest. I would love to speak to you about that. How can I best prepare for it? What's one piece of advice you wish you would have known on 1L year? Put that in an email, and then say, do you have 10 to 15 minutes to chat? Or if they're in your area, say, do you have 10 or 15 minutes for coffee? And then network early. So one girl that I knew who was very successful with this, she started networking in September, and I know it sounds early, but you need time to build a relationship with folks so that they can feel comfortable speaking on your behalf or referring you to their firm, to their recruiting office. Number 8 is to create an Excel sheet, and this is what my career advisor actually advised me to do, which is to create an Excel sheet and put the firms that you would like to apply to, put the cities and locations where you would like to apply, and then the recruiter's information in there. And there's a bunch of other things, but that's the basic skeleton of it. The firm, the location, recruiter's information, put also the address of the location, to the address of their headquarters in there, because all that's going to go on your cover letter. So when it's time to write your cover letter and apply, all you're doing is copy paste. But yeah, and then and what I started doing too is what I liked about that specific firm, so that I could put that in my cover letter. Now, the last category is finances, and I would say budget your finances, know what they look like so that you can be prepared for that 12-month period. I like to plan my budget out in 12 months from August to August. Let's say I'm like, okay, I need to know how much money I need to take care of my rent if I don't get a job. Like, how much do I need to have outright? And I like doing that because it put less stress on me, so that's what I would recommend doing. But also, the last thing I would say to do is to pay off your consumer debt. You don't want to have a lot to burden you while you're in law school. You want to just be able to worry about your rent and your bills and your basic bills, and that's it. Oh, this is kind of an extra tip, but have an emergency fund, because you just never know what's going to happen. And then also unexpected events, because you're going to be involved in organizations and they may want to have trips and things like that, and you want to be able to participate. Anyway, this is a little bit less than 15 minutes. I was aiming for 10, but I'll take what we can get. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it is helpful. Let me know of any video ideas you all would like to see in the future, and I hope you all have a wonderful day and be blessed, a blessed law school journey. Oh, I keep forgetting things, but if also in the career section, I should have mentioned taking advantage of programs that can help you get into big law more easily or create more accessibility to big law, like SEO, the Diverse Attorney Pipeline program, and I'll put those links in the description box below. But have a great day. Bye, guys.